What is up, everybody? In today's video, I'm going to show you a live interview with one of the moderators over at Ring Financial. Now, this moderator actually was considered as a whale because he had over 1,000 nodes in Ring Financial. Now, a moderator having 1,000 nodes, kind of for me, from an outsider perspective, somebody that's not really that didn't hear it yet, kind of sounds a little scummy, kind of sounds like maybe he was in on it. So in this video, we're going to hear his side of the story, and we're going to address and find out truly if this guy was, if the moderators are a part of the Ring Financial crypto scandal. So listen to this video. I'm about to put it on right now.
From the same as well at the beginning of their projects, and people are more so curious about your positioning in this, as you are one of the earlier whales. People were asking about where your stance is on knowledge of Darius, as people were wondering that people were saying that you had spoken with Darius in the early days as well. So I guess people more so here are looking to find out from you what your knowledge is with the Ring, with the team, with the
turns out Ring and IGO are connected.
The expansion of that towards your own project, I guess.
And so, we've been talking about how this could be the biggest rug pull
your perspective of how
ever.
Things ran down.
Multiple billions of dollars rug.
And just as well, going to mention that everything here is currently being recorded, so FYI.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so I can give you guys a quick overview of where I got involved with Ring. It was strictly as an investor. I was never part of the team or affiliated with the team beyond the fact that I was invited to be a moderator for about, I don't know, Andrew, what was it, like 5 days? And when Andrew invited me to be a moderator, I informed him up front that I was also working on my own project to launch because I wanted to legitimize the offering. I didn't think Ring at that point was legitimate. I think that they were either grossly incompetent or they were purposefully ignorant and tricking everybody or trying to fool everybody. And if so, they were really good at feigning this idea that they're ignorant or incompetent, or gosh, we made a mistake, and it just seemed like too many. So I started working on my own project about. I'm not gonna show it here, guys, because that's not why we're here. But So let me back up to the early days. I started investing in Ring. I think I found them on Twitter. I was in a strong block Twitter thread and somebody tagged it. This is before they sent out the advertising for the airdrops, and all the bots started responding to try and get free Ring. I looked at it. I replied to this guy on Twitter and said, man, this looks like a classic Ponzi cash scheme. My in-laws, they got involved in one back in like the early 2000s, and it was called Pathway to Prosperity. And it was just sort of like that you go out and recruit other people and they buy in and you get your seed money back out. And I looked at my father-in-law and said, dude, that's a Ponzi. And so I looked at their business economics and their business proposal, and I thought, well, this is an interesting concept. Now you have DeFi as a service, which if it's done correctly could legitimize and become its own stable DeFi offering. But I was uncertain because their website looked very scammy. It looked like a complete ripoff of Strong. And I thought to myself, you know what, I'm not going to throw a bunch in here, but I'll play around with it and just see what happens. So on November 17th, I think was the first time I purchased, maybe 18th. I bought 11 nodes back when they were 100 Ring tokens per node. I think my investment capital was like $4,600. Guys, I didn't throw a whole lot at this. This was literally a roulette rush, little roulette wheel play. It was a complete gamble. I liked the concept. I wanted to see where it was going to go from there. It turned out that I had issues with claiming rewards. So I reached out to Darius on Telegram. He responded to me. At the time, they didn't have a whole lot of users, guys. They had like maybe 20 to 30 of us. So it was really easy to get a hold of the developers back then. And he had a conversation with me, which I'm happy to share the conversation. There's nothing in there that's proprietary or secret. I'm happy to share that information with you guys. But it was basically, hey, I'm having issues. Can you help me out? He said, sure, we can help you out. He airdropped me like 180 Ring that night. So I did the most sensible thing I could think of. And I thought, well, here's another free node. So I built a node and I sold some Ring to get my investment capital back out. And everything after that was really just kind of like, playing with house money. I got my original money back out and I thought, well, let's see where this goes. Then they did that thing where they changed it from 100 Ring to 10 Ring to get a node, but they kept the rewards the same. And then of course the price skyrocketed because I've explained this before in the AMAs I talked in with Darius. The market dictates the price because this is a utility token, and the function or the output utility of the token is what the market is after, not the token itself. The token has no intrinsic value whatsoever. It's only the function of the token that has value. So the market dictates the price of a node because that's the output function of the utility of the token. And so when they did that, the price ran up because it stabilizes on what the market dictates the price of the node is. So I compounded rather quickly, guys. I picked up, essentially I had 120 gold nodes on like day 2 because of the way that they structured the rewards. And I used that to compound very quickly. Ring was the biggest payoff I've ever had in my life. I was not a whale, which you guys would consider a whale. I don't think I'm a whale anyways, but I kind of adopted the mantle for fun in the chat. But anyway, so I became what people consider a whale in Ring. That was it. And it paid out really, really good. But I just got lucky, guys. I found it early. I bought in. It was a complete gamble. I compounded early. The price went well. They kept saying the right things, but I think I knew about, I don't know, around the 1st of December, after the first sale, after the first 30% off sale for Black Friday, I actually messaged Darius and I said, wow, that's brilliant. I didn't think about it at first, but I said, that's brilliant. No one's ever done that in crypto, like a Black Friday sale. That's insane. So I complimented him for it. So it was a really good tactic. And it was a good tactic. It got people interested to buy. But then we had the hack. And I started thinking, okay, maybe these guys aren't, that was like one of the first red flags. Maybe they're not genuine. Maybe this is, I don't know. I'm not technical enough.
By the way, this is one of the moderators that was on Ring.
I don't
Gumbo
think
is his
that
name.
far. I'm not a technical person in that capacity. But I compounded and compounded and compounded. And today I have 1,000 Ring nodes, 500 in the Avalanche and 500 in BSC. They're both worth about as much as they are to you guys. I just have more of them. I started with the AMAs. I jumped into the AMAs. I was lucky enough to get invited up to stage. Darius acknowledged that we had conversations before because I used the same handle in at the time on Telegram. I was using the same handle, that LXL Gumby LXL, and so he recognized that and he said, "Yeah, we've talked before." And we talked a little bit about the tokenomics. I was curious about the sustainability and the tokenomics. Honestly, by the time I had my first AMA, I was already about a week into developing my own project. And that was really twofold. I was trying to figure out if he was competent or if the team was competent and they really understood what they were doing, which it sounds like they understood the tokenomics, at least of what he understood the tokenomics of what they were doing, or at least what the goal was. But I was fishing for information to put into my own project and sort of see what to do, what not to do. So I was asking very specific questions that may have sounded like, you know, this guy knows what he's talking about, because I was developing my own project and I was investigating this stuff immensely on the backside. You guys didn't see that in the chats. And of course, I didn't advertise that in the Discord chats. I wasn't saying, hey, I'm coming out with my own project here, because I would have got banned. I did talk to several people behind the scenes in direct messages, telling them early on that, hey, I'm building my own project. You know, I'd like for you to get involved. And there are some people probably in this chat that can tell you that that's a true fact once again. But I became part of the mod team after the second AMA. After the first AMA, I became known as the People's Whale, or President Gumby, and people wanted me to be the representative to the team. I was a little apprehensive at first because I knew I was creating my own project, and I did want to distance myself a little bit from the Ring team. So in hindsight, it was kind of a bad thing that I took the mod mantle, because now I'm on my own project. I do have a silent launch going on right now. We're not public yet, but I do have some people in there who have already challenged me and said, hey, you're part of the Ring team. And of course, I made it, we had our own AMA this afternoon, and I said, guys, look, I'm gonna make an announcement. I was a moderator for the Discord chat. In no way whatsoever was I involved in the project. I was an early investor. I got lucky. And, you know, a blind pig will find an acorn every now and then kind of thing. I joined the mods because I wanted to see if I could get closer to the team and understand what they were doing. And it turns out that the mods, most of the mods anyways, from the sentiment I got, they didn't even care for the project anymore. I was instructed to go ban people for voicing their opinions, which honestly, I didn't do very often. Unless you did something really, really bad. I didn't ban people because I thought it was wrong. Like, why would I ban you for voicing a concern a valid, honest concern on a project, but Darius was adamant that we had to go ban people. Like if they said one bad thing about the project, we have to kick them off the server. I don't know if he has, any kind of way of looking into my stats or not, but I didn't ban a whole lot of people because that's not right.
Exactly. Just Gambly, this was what you're talking about. You're talking about like the 4 or 5 last days. When I basically
Yeah.
disappeared, I disappeared because of this, because it was basically telling just ban everyone, ban everyone. But this was the end. Basically.
Yeah, so I didn't follow through with that, and so now I'm sorry guys, I'm not gonna talk about my project. I'm getting DMs asking about my project. I'm not gonna talk about my project. We're full with our silent launch right now. I'm not gonna announce anything about a full official launch either. So you'll find out when you find out. Advertising set to run at a certain time. So you'll find out when you find out. Anyway, so yeah, I wanted to see if the team was, I wanted to get closer to the team and see if I could get more access to them for the same reason you guys were talking about getting access to them and seeing who they are. They weren't very communicative to us either in the mod space. They just came in and said, ban everybody, ban everybody, ban everybody. Anyone that talks bad, they're out, and we would try to make suggestions. And Andrew, I don't know if you were still on the mod team. I was still on the mod team at this point. It was a couple of days ago. I woke up in the morning and I looked in the mod chat, and Darius had typed in there, "You're not here to give me suggestions."
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there thinking to myself, yeah, what an arrogant asshole. Are you kidding me right now? This is supposed to be a community-driven project, and you're telling me it's not my job to give you suggestions. So I'm just as disappointed as you guys are. I had absolutely no involvement with the team whatsoever beyond the fact that I got lucky as an early investor. Darius and I only ever talked about what problems I was having. Like I was part of the group that was getting the airdrops early on. So like the daily airdrops for the OG ring holders. So only time I ever really chatted with him was, "Hey, I haven't got the airdrop yet," or "When are you guys going to do the airdrop?" And so it was that kind of level of conversation. I never got anything beyond the name Darius and discussing my involvement with Ring as an investor. As a matter of fact, I don't think he was even involved in the decision to make me a mod. Andrew approached me after the second AMA I was involved in. The people were just, people were like, "Hey, this guy, you need to promote him. You need to promote him."
Yeah.
So I got the offer, and that was like 4 days before I quit. And so I sent Andrew a message. What was this, like yesterday morning? I think I sent Andrew a message.
I can confirm this.
Yeah, I sent him a message, said, "Hey, I'm launching it's a silent launch. I'm launching my project. I don't think it would be appropriate for me to be a mod here and run my own project. So I need to resign as a moderator." And then I stepped away from the project. And I've been so engrossed in my own thing for the last 48 hours that I haven't even seen what's going on with Ring. So that's my story. Anybody got any questions?
I will release your last messages, so these does just prove what.
I don't really have any questions. I think you explained that fairly well.
Really
the only
well.
thing I would maybe ask is you do just share those Telegram conversations as well, just to, as you offer it, right? To basically share that information to everybody here. It'll probably help in a way as well, also kind of clear your name in a way of any association, I guess, right? So
yeah, I'm not associated, but I will tell you this, guys. I have my own project running now. It's completely separate. It's a project that I'm involved in with another person who's a partner of mine. We're business partners together. We are approaching this from an absolutely honest and legitimate standpoint. We will actually be doxing ourselves on camera for our project. And I wouldn't be doing that if I was at risk of being associated with Ring and this massive fucking scam that they pulled off. So
okay, yeah, that's respectful to also hear. But yeah, like we said, we're not gonna sit here and show other projects at the moment, so we'll stay off that topic as much as we can here and try to keep yourselves. Oh, that's okay.
Who do I send this Telegram messages to, and how do I make that happen?
You can send them to me crypto-wise, that's fine. And then I will share them over to the other boys that are in here, Ron and the other guys. I know Ron's a little busy right now driving and doing other things. So yeah, bro.
Right, so I'll send them to you in a DM. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine. And then Mike the Kite or whatever the heck his name is wants to go back on chat here. 1 second.
I'm gonna stay up here and listen, but I'm gonna mute myself while I'm sending those messages to you crypto wise, and then whenever you guys are
Sounds good.
I'm gonna bounce out. Okay.
Sounds good. I think maybe
All right.
Mike had a question for you. Maybe that's why he raised his hand. But other than
I
that,
know.
no.
All right, so guys, just a really quick recap of what just happened. So that was one of the mods from Ring Financial. He's actually, as you can tell, he's one of those whales that has like 1,000 nodes in Ring Financial. And that was just a little bit of talking from him and his story, kind of saying that he's not really associated with, and further proving the fact that the mods really didn't have anything to do with this scam. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope this helped. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.